you as our special guest today to this special occasion whereby we recognize all the special people, the teacher of the year. I just want to welcome you as a very special guest of Lee County Board of Education. My name is Mark Akinosho. My job here is just to welcome the special guests. So I want to welcome every one of you, our special guests. I also want to welcome some of our colleagues and the Board of Commissioner. We have anybody? John Crumpton. John Crumpton is our county manager. He's the guy who is going to work on, is working on our budget, so we have to recognize him. Anybody from the city council? I guess we don't have anyone from the city council here. And I have some of my colleagues here in this room. Sandra Bowen just left because she has a conflict, but she sent her love to everyone. I have Dr. Lynn Smith, former chair of the school board. Lynn, are you here? Lynn Smith is over there. I want to also recognize Stephen Coble. Dr. Coble, Stephen is over there. He's our board member. I also want to recognize Patrick Kelly. Where is Patrick? Patrick is sitting over there, one of our board members. And I have Ophelia Livingston. Dr. Livingston is over there. We want to welcome everyone to this room. I hope you enjoy yourself tonight. I can see all the special guests. I want to recognize our newspaper man, Zach Horner, and also Margaret Murchison, our radio personality in town. Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoy yourself as we continue with the program. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Andy Bryan. I'm superintendent for Lee County Schools, and it's a great pleasure to be here tonight to present our Teacher of the Year. I think it goes without saying how important our teachers are in the classroom and what an impact they make academically for our students. But I think it's really important how much of an impact they make for our students on a daily basis beyond the classroom, and all the important things that they and how they impact students for a lifetime. Those things cannot be measured. And we have wonderful teachers in our school district, but tonight we get to recognize the best of the best, and we're very excited to do that. Before we begin talking about each one of our individual candidates tonight for Teacher of the Year, I think it's really important the people who make this night possible for us. First off, I'd like to recognize Will and Betsy Wilkinson, if they could please stand. Will and Betsy provide the car that is in use for a year for our Teacher of the Year candidate. Whenever we go around the state and we share some of the things that we do for our Teacher of the Year, that is always one of the things that really catches everybody's attention with Teacher of the Year. We're also very fortunate to have the support of Wells Fargo. Jim Rosenstiel is here with us tonight. Jim, could you please stand? Jim and Wells Fargo through the chamber provide a very nice, amount of funding for the teacher who wins Teacher of the Year. And we'll get to that in a little bit later and have a very nice presentation of a check, which we're very excited about. Although they are not with us here tonight, Buck and Will Harris from Harris & Company Insurance provide support for our program as well. They are great supporters of our school district and also of our Teacher of the Year. I'm very thankful for everything they do for us as well. And finally tonight, I'd like to recognize two people who are going to take us through the program tonight. They get to talk about all the wonderful things about our teachers that are here. First off, the Executive Director of the Sanford Area Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Meg Moss, if we could give her a round of applause. And Of course, the Chamber has been a long-time sponsor of our Teacher of the Year program, and also a gentleman who is no stranger to anyone in here, and chairman of the Lee County Education Foundation, Mr. Bill Horner III. The Lee County Education Foundation, with the Head of Class project and all of their support throughout the years for our school district, we're just so lucky to have so many supportive partners, etc. So at this time, I'd like to ask Meg and Bill to please come forward, and we will introduce and talk about each of our Teacher of the Year candidates. Thank you.
Bill and I are going to each take just a moment to introduce ourselves a little further before we get started. As Dr. Bryan mentioned, my name is Meg Moss, and on behalf of the Sanford Area Growth Alliance, the Chamber of Commerce, and the entire business community in Lee County, we want to congratulate you and thank you for preparing our future workforce here in Lee County. So thank you and congratulations.
I'm really delighted to be up here with Meg and have the opportunity to be a part of this ceremony. I'm married a teacher. My daughter-in-law is a teacher, and my middle child is my son, Zach's brother, is a teacher. So teachers are very, very important to all of us, and it's just an honor to be here. I want to recognize Brandon. I know Brandon Morehouse will get a little bit of recognition a little bit later, but Brandon, of course, was Teacher of the Year last year for Lee County at Deep River Elementary, and Deep River Elementary was the winner of our Head of Class for 2016. So on behalf of all the members of our Lee County Education Foundation, we'd like to thank you for being here and say a special thank you to you teachers. Thanks for all that you do for our kids and for the future of Lee County. Glad you're here.
And without further ado, actually, let me first say one more thank you. Sharon Spence, the Public Information Officer for Lee County Schools, put together a handy-dandy notebook for Bill and I to be able to read nominations from. So without you, this would not be possible. So thank you so much. I am going to call out the name of the Teacher of the Year for the school, and I want them to come and stand next to me and not be afraid of me. Don't stand way over there. Stand right here so that we can get you on the TV screen. Okay? So Jordan Cheney, B.T. Bullock Elementary School. B.T. Bullock Elementary School is thrilled to call Jordan Cheney our Teacher of the Year. Jordan has enlightened the B.T. Bullock staff and students for the past 6 years, where she taught 3rd grade and EC classes. Jordan obtained a degree in elementary education and a license in special education from East Carolina University. Jordan is married to Christian, who is also a teacher at B.T. Bullock Elementary. Jordan is the type of teacher that every child deserves. She embodies our school mission: to love, to learn, to lead in all that she does. She cares deeply about the students in her care and finds greatness in every one of them. Jordan makes everyone, students and colleagues, feel like they are her favorite person in the world. She is also gifted at instruction. Whether in a regular class setting or with an EC small group, Jordan skillfully determines students' needs and caters her instruction, immediate feedback, and coaching to each child. She intertwines complicated processes and progress monitoring into a seamless process. She has high expectations and gently pushes students beyond their comfort level to grow academically. She leads by example throughout our school, bringing her positive energy and enthusiasm in all that she does. I think we can see that enthusiasm this evening. It's good to see a great smile.
Thank you.
She serves on the school traditions committee, is a beginning teacher mentor, and an unceasing advocate for the EC students. She also impacts young lives, teaching 1st and 2nd grade Sunday school at First Baptist Church. It is a true honor to work with a gifted teacher such as Jordan Cheney. Before you walk away. As Dr. Bryan mentioned, Harris & Company Insurance would like to provide you with a $20 gift card to Office Max. And so each teacher will receive one of those when they come forward.
So exciting. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, our next Teacher of the Year from Bragg Street Academy is Callie Hammond. Callie? Great to see you. Our daughters are friends. There you go. So Bragg Street Academy proudly presents Callie Hammond as the Teacher of the Year. This is Callie's third time in this role in her 20th year at Bragg Street. This time means so much to Callie, as she had shared with us. Callie has wanted to be Teacher of the Year since she was in middle school. Her first opportunity presented itself as, I don't suppose you'd be willing to be Teacher of the Year this year, would you? The second time was more of the same, in which she was basically the only veteran mentoring 5 beginning teachers. That's a job. After all, someone had to win it. Things have changed at Bragg in the last few years, particularly where the faculty is concerned. There are a large number of highly qualified teachers on staff. Bragg Street is positively teeming with big fish, and there are lots of teachers who could very well deservedly be named Teacher of the Year. For this reason, this nomination means a tremendous deal to Callie. Callie is our, and I had to look this up to figure out how to pronounce it, so you correct me if I'm wrong. Callie is our Rincoden typist this year, and you're going to have to explain to us what that means. She has been at...
I have no idea. What does that mean, Ms. Jordan?
Got it. Yeah, I did look that up. It's like the largest fish in the sea. So she's been at Bragg Street Academy since 6 months after the doors opened as an alternative school. Over her career, she has remained dedicated to the students at Bragg Street Academy, which is a true testament to her passion for teaching. It takes a very special person to work with this population for 20 years. As grateful as she is to receive this honor, the lives of the students she has touched are truly the lucky ones. Callie Hammond.
Thank you.
Sandra Duty from Broadway Elementary School. If Mrs. Duty had been around when Merriam-Webster, who apparently we needed just a moment ago, was creating their dictionary, she would have been their definition of child advocate. It is easy to understand why Mrs. Duty chose teaching as her profession when you see her around the students. Her passion to want every student to succeed and maintain high expectations is consistent in her work with all children. She continuously is searching for ways to reach every child and help them maximize their potential in all areas. In her 16 years in education, she has worked with students that were at the beginning of their academic path as well as towards the end of their public school experience. Her career began in elementary education and, as life would have it, took her to start her own business. From there, she brought her culinary and business expertise back to the classroom with the high school students teaching culinary arts. Her road presented her with another fork in it, and she graciously came back to teach exceptional children at Broadway. Her students describe her as wonderful, protective, creative with her activities, and special. Her colleagues use words like dedicated, hard worker, always helping, and dependable. Although we have to share our time with her husband Joe, and her boy Joseph, we are privileged to have her expertise and her presence at Broadway Elementary, which is why she is our Teacher of the Year.
The Teacher of the Year from Deep River Elementary is Gwen Babcock. Congratulations. Deep River Elementary is proud to call Gwen Babcock its Teacher of the Year. Mrs. Babcock has been teaching for 27 years, spanning exceptional children, hearing impaired, all the way down to kindergarten and first grade. She returned to Deep River 10 years ago, which was the elementary school she attended as a young girl. She's been married to Larry for 26 years. Is this Larry? Fantastic. And has 2 children, Rebecca and Ryan. Mrs. Babcock has been a beginning teacher mentor and chair member of PLC, SIT, and RTI. If you were to walk through a classroom on any given day, you would see learning at its prime. Students working with a partner, listening to stories, singing songs, hands-on activities covering science standards, composing sentences about a topic, and so much more. You would see her sitting closely to students, listening, sharing, guiding. You would see students learning and engaging in everything their little hands touched. Mrs. Babcock incorporates old school kindergarten into new school standards, all the while addressing the students' diverse needs. She incorporates PSYOP instruction with the support of our ESL staff to our bilingual students. She also does a yearly play of The Mitten and The Little Red Hen, which are a wonderful recreation of children's classic stories. This year, her class collected money for Heifer International, which provided baby chicks for several impoverished communities overseas. Mrs. Babcock knows the challenges of being a teacher, loving with all your heart to shape the future, and that is just what she does each day. Congratulations, Mrs. Babcock. We love you.
From East Lee Middle School, Robert Davis. East Lee is proud to recommend our Teacher of the Year, Mr. Robert Davis. Mr. Davis lives in Sanford with his wife, Natalie, and son, Levi. Mr. Davis is a member of East Sanford Baptist Church and Professional Educators of North Carolina. He is a graduate of Chatham Central High School, U.S. Army, Central Carolina Community College, and UNC Greensboro. Mr. Davis is currently completing his 21st year as a teacher, all of which have been at East Lee Middle School. When asked what kind of teacher Mr. Davis is, a student responded, "Are you ready for this?" Okay. He is downright amazing. He is nice, funny, and hilarious. He has high expectations for us while making learning fun. Mr. Davis believes that teaching should prepare students by instructing them in how to make good moral life decisions, reason, and think on their own while delivering the content required in the subject area. Mr. Davis states that his best experience during his teaching career has been the time he has had with each group of students through the years, the relationships he's established, and watching them grow as students and people as they have been ongoing best experience. He feels that choosing any one of these experiences as best would rob the memories of the many great times he's had with classes throughout the years. Mr. Davis is a teacher that has been called to his profession and someone who always put in the time and made the necessary sacrifices. East Lee Middle School is truly blessed to have such a wonderful teacher. On behalf of East Lee Middle School, we thank Mr. Davis for devoting his life to inspiring our students.
The Teacher of the Year from Floydale Knight is Sarah Weekly. The staff at Floydale Knight strives to help each student become as independent and as functional as possible so they can be productive citizens within the community. This process requires patience and understanding, and not only the students, but for the families as well. Staff members have to be flexible and adapt their instruction in order to meet the unique needs of these students. Floyd L. Knight is honored to be represented by a teacher with all of these qualities and much more. Our Teacher of the Year is working on her 4th year of teaching at Floyd L. Knight. For the past 3 years, she has shared her passion working with students with disabilities through Lee County Schools, as well as through the Lee County Group Home Organization. She serves on the district-wide Curriculum and Instruction Committee, as well as various committees on the school level. Fellow teachers describe Sarah as well-organized, creative, data-driven, and detail-oriented. She shares her knowledge and ideas not only with her coworkers, but with other special educators across the district. When asked about her teaching philosophy and experience, she responds, "I believe that all children have the potential to learn. As educators, it is our job to unlock it. It is important to set high expectations because it is better to strive for something and fall short than to never have thought it possible." It gives the staff of Floyd L. Knight great pleasure to introduce Sarah Weekly as its Teacher of the Year.
Can I have Amanda Zay from Greenwood Elementary School? We had a good time figuring out how to pronounce your last name.
Add emotion.
Amanda Zay is Greenwood Elementary's Teacher of the Year. The day that Amanda interviewed with our school, we moved quickly to bring her to Greenwood. Instantly, we felt that she would bring opportunity and expectation to all of our students. We saw right away that Amanda was personally driven towards excellence. She looks for opportunity in every situation, and where there is not opportunity, she creates it. Amanda Zay is well skilled in assessing resources through grant writing and willing to share her skills with others when she is invited to present at state-level conferences. We were not mistaken. Mrs. Zay has been a perfect fit for Greenwood Elementary. She works with the classroom teachers to infuse reading, writing, math, and science into the lessons in her physical education classes every day. Mrs. Zay knows all 700 of our students and believes she has a unique opportunity to create win-win situations for all students. Mrs. Zay doesn't stop with the students. She reaches out to Greenwood staff, supporting and encouraging their personal balance and wellness. For all of these reasons, Mrs. Zay has quickly earned the respect of her colleagues who have chosen her as the school improvement team leader. In this way, Mrs. Zay's greatness is an influence throughout our school, and that is why we are proud to present Amanda Zay as Greenwood Elementary's Teacher of the Year.
From J. Glenn Edwards Elementary School, Jamie Edwards, Teacher of the Year. J. Glenn Edwards Elementary is proud to present Jamie Edwards as its Teacher of the Year. Oprah Winfrey once said, "Let your light shine. Shine within you so that it can shine on someone else. Let your light shine." Jamie Edwards shines her light on everyone she encounters. Her positive attitude and enthusiasm are absolutely contagious. You can feel Jamie's loving energy upon walking into her classroom or simply just being in her presence. I feel it right now. Jamie is happily married to her husband, Justin, and they are proud parents of their first son, Blake. Jamie received her bachelor's degree in elementary education from Wingate University and her master's in education from UNC Chapel Hill. She has taught for 7 years at Edwards. Jamie was inspired by her mother, a dedicated, loving teacher, and her kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Janet Walters. Both ladies instilled in Jamie a love and passion for children and learning. When we asked Mrs. Edwards' first grade students, what makes Mrs. Edwards such a special teacher, we overwhelmingly heard responses of, "She loves me, she is nice, she is fun, she doesn't yell, she helps me so much." Please allow me to be candid and sum up Mrs. Edwards as an energetic, smiling first grade teacher who exudes positively and love towards every single child she meets. Jamie Edwards is a shining light. Not only is she a bright light in the lives of her students, she also seeks the light in everyone she works with. We are proud to have her represent us as our Teacher of the Year.
Pam Boyette from J.R. Ingram Elementary. Mrs. Boyette, an outstanding teacher at J.R. Ingram, thankfully dedicated after 4 years of putting her business administration degree to use that she wanted to return to school to become a teacher. After receiving her degree from ECU, she taught in Harnett County and transferred to Lee County in 2000, where she has been a 5th and 2nd grade teacher at J.R. Ingram before looping with her current class to 3rd grade this year. She and her husband Michael have been married 27 years and have 2 sons, Jared and Cullen. Did I say Cullen right? Cullen. She is a member of Grace Chapel Church. Mrs. Boyette is a versatile, phenomenally effective teacher that actively engages students in learning consistently every year. This year, she balances many responsibilities, such as serving on our school improvement team, being chair of our staff collaboration shared leadership team, mentoring beginning teachers, and hosting a student teacher during spring semester. You are busy. Mrs. Boyette's current students describe her as nice, wonderful, and a helpful teacher that cares a lot about kids. They all state that they have loved having her for 2 years in a row and have really enjoyed hearing all her funny stories about her sons. Mrs. Boyette's colleagues describe her as spirited, go-getter kind of teacher that they look to for support and guidance. She has definitely been a highlight of her principal's time at Ingram, and she could not have been more proud and excited to recognize her at J.R. Ingram's as J.R. Ingram's Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Pam Boyette, on this well-deserved honor.
From right here at Lee County High School, DeShonta Prince. Mrs. DeShonta Prince is a special education teacher at Lee County High School and truly loves teaching students. Her teaching philosophy is to meet the students where they are and building positive relationships with them. She sees all students as her kids first, needing all the love, support, and attention that her own children need. She gives a lot of herself when she teaches, and it shows in the way the students enjoy her classes. It is noted that Mrs. Prince's inspiration to go into teaching was inspired by her mother. Hey, why don't you stand up? Very nice. Growing up, she spent a lot of time in her mother's classroom. During teacher work days, she would work to perfect her chalkboard writing skills in addition to filing papers. Mrs. Prince has been teaching for 13 years, with the last 7 of those years being here at Lee County High School. She's a 1998 graduate of Lee County High School and a graduate of UNCG. Mrs. Prince is married to Mr. Darnell Prince, and they have 3 sons, DeAndre, D'Angelo, and Daniel. In closing, Mrs. Prince states that being selected as the Teacher of the Year for Lee County High School is a humbling experience, and that she is grateful to be selected. Congratulations.
Sherry Grello from Lee Early College. I'm sorry, but nobody else got a whoop whoop. When I think of the word educator, Sherry Grello comes to mind. More than being a great classroom teacher, she has dedicated herself to teaching the whole child. Not only does she create exciting and engaging lessons that challenge students to think creatively and critically, she also creates opportunities for student reflection, leadership, and teamwork. Sherry works hard to teach students that what they do matters beyond the classroom walls. She helps build the connection between the classroom and the community. She provides real lessons that students can use to enhance their world. Expecting the best from her students, Sherry models integrity, collaboration, and good citizenship herself. She is an integral part of the LEC family and a true joy to work with. I am proud Sherry is representing LEC as our Teacher of the Year. She is not only an amazing teacher, she is an outstanding colleague and a phenomenal person. Congratulations.
From Sandley Middle School, the Teacher of the Year is Mr. Brian Campbell. I'm sorry, Brian Caldwell, my bad. Mr. Caldwell could not be here tonight because of health-related issues, and the school has asked me for everybody to keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Here's what they submitted. Sandley Middle School is proud to represent Mr. Brian Caldwell as our Teacher of the Year. Brian was destined to be a teacher. His mother, Betty Caldwell, also taught in Lee County schools, and father, C.K. Caldwell, was an English teacher before working in textiles and then retiring as the Dean of Human Resources for Central Carolina Technical Institute. He is married to a 7th grade math teacher at Sandley, who he fondly refers to as the teacher of every year, Karen Henry Caldwell. Brian began his teaching career in Chatham County after graduating from UNC Wilmington. After a few years of teaching and coaching, he took some time away to pursue his graduate degree through Campbell University and then returned to teach English at Lee County High School. In 2002, he decided to reach and teach in a different capacity, accepting a position as Minister of Youth and Children at First Baptist Church. 6 years later, Brian recalls feeling a nagging in his heart to return to teaching. He has taught language arts and social studies at all 3 grade levels at Sandley since his opening in 2008. He teaches 8th grade North Carolina United States history and has served as the pastor of Providence Independent Methodist Church of Bond Lee since 2010. Brian advises those considering a career in education to pursue it because you want to make a difference in the world that very few will ever understand. Sandley is fortunate that Brian Caldwell chooses to make that difference at its school with our children and families every day and is proud to call him our Teacher of the Year for the 2017-2018 school year. Please give a hand for Brian Caldwell.
From Southern Lee High School, Julie McNeil. Southern Lee High School is proud to recognize Julie McNeil as our Teacher of the Year. Ms. McNeil has taught in Lee County for 9 years. She is a product of the Lee County schools, graduating in 2004. She attended East Carolina University, where she received a bachelor's degree in business and marketing education, and later her master's degree in business education. Ms. McNeil began her teaching career as a business teacher at East Lee Middle School before taking a marketing position at Southern Lee High School in July of 2013. While on staff at Southern Lee, Ms. McNeil was named the director of the National Academy Foundation's Hospitality and Tourism Academy. As director, Ms. McNeil continues to teach in the classroom while coordinating professional work-based learning opportunities for her academy students. In addition to the classroom, Ms. McNeil serves as the co-advisor for the Sanford Lions High School Leo Club and is the head advisor for Southern Lee's DECA chapter. DECA is an international club that helps prepare emerging leaders and entrepreneurs in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management. Under her guidance, the club's membership has grown exponentially and is currently in the 17th largest chapter in the state. Ms. McNeil is the daughter of Foster and Beverly McNeil, both natives of Sanford. Miss McNeil has one older sister, Carrie McNeil, who resides in Raleigh, North Carolina. Southern Lee High School is proud to present Miss Julie McNeil as our Teacher of the Year.
From Tramway Elementary School, the Teacher of the Year is George Beasley. This is a quote. This is Mr. Beasley's mission statement. I strive to provide a loving and developmentally appropriate environment for my students each and every day. I want to model that academics, kindness, and leadership are equally important. I want each child to leave my class every day knowing their value beyond what their grades and other data may say about them. Isn't that good? These are not just words posted on a wall. This is what George Beasley lives and breathes. This is what his students feel each day in his classroom. Mr. Beasley seeks to value each student in his classroom and creates personal connections with each child from the beginning of the school year. It is this caring, kind demeanor that ignites the passion for learning within his students. Most interactions with administration involve Mr. Beasley asking them to speak to a student, not to reprimand or discipline, but to brag on them or recognize the student for an accomplishment, no matter how small. He will often pull a child over to a principal and say things like, "You will not believe what my student is doing," giving the child an opportunity to shine in the presence of two adults. Their smile says it all. The Teacher of the Year from Tramway Elementary School, George Beasley.
From Warren Williams School, Michelle Bursey. Michelle Bursey, excuse me. I knew I was going to mess that up. I even practiced. Okay. Warren Williams, Teacher of the Year, comes to us bearing a bounty of gifts. She graduated from East Carolina University with a birth through kindergarten bachelor's degree, as well as a master's degree in early childhood education. She is currently pursuing a doctorate in educational leadership at Grand Canyon University. She is also National Board certified. An excellent teacher is usually enough, but not for this dedicated lady. She is, among other duties, a mentor, the pre-K chair, first aid CPR trainer, a member of the Warren Williams School Improvement Team, and she participates in the Lee County Schools AIG Advisory Committee. She also serves as a Sunday school teacher and summer camp counselor. This outstanding teacher brings to Warren Williams a personal mission to fulfill the words of George Washington Carver. Education is the key to unlocking the doors to freedom. She provides a strong educational foundation for positive lifelong learning that inspires enthusiasm and ownership by teaching the whole child with sincere interest, empathy, clarity, and opening their minds intellectually. She is a member of many important organizations over her long career, among them the National Education Association, National Association for the Education of Young Children, and Phi Kappa Phi National Honor Society. The group she is most proud is her family with her husband of 30 years, Ben, and her 3 wonderful and successful children, Trinity, Ben, and Ariel. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great privilege to introduce Warren Williams Teacher of the Year, Miss Michelle Bursey.
And our last Teacher of the Year and the last nominee for the Lee County Schools Teacher of the Year, Taria Benders from West Lee Middle School. Mrs. Benders has been teaching for 5 years, all of which have been at Wesley Middle School. She graduated from UNC Pembroke with a degree in business administration. She also received her master's degree in business administration from UNC Pembroke. She is married to Tyron Benders and has 2 children, Joshua 5 and Kennedy 11 months, right? She enjoys spending time with her family, friends, and volunteering in her spare time. She is the exploratory department co-chair at Wesley, technology committee chair, student activities committee member, and student leadership team member. That's not all. She is also a volunteer coach at the Wesley Pride Step team. She has coordinated and hosted Wesley's annual Black History program, multicultural celebration, and the school's Stomp Out Bullying program. Mrs. Benders demonstrates integrity and pride in everything she does on a daily basis. She exemplifies positivity and enthusiasm by committing herself to her and her students at Wesley Middle School. She is committed to reach and motivate each and every one of her students in hopes that she can inspire them to do better than their best. Her hard work and dedication does not go unseen as she is well loved and respected by her peers. Ms. Benders is consistent, dependable, respectful, devoted, and sincere. Her continuous efforts to improve Wesley and motivate her students has streamlined her to becoming a model teacher, and this is why she was voted by her peers as Wesley Middle School's Teacher of the Year. Congratulations. That's all the nominees. I'll turn the program back over to Dr. Bryant. Let's have one more hand for the 12 teachers, for the Teachers of the Year.
Before we make the announcement of this year's Teacher of the Year, we'd like to recognize the selection committee that was part of putting this together, and also did all the interviews and worked through what I think is a very difficult job to pick a Teacher of the Year. Our 2014-15 Teacher of the Year, Joanna Perkins, she's our district English Language Arts lead teacher now. Also 2015-16 Teacher of the Year, Wendy Bryant Motley, Broadway Elementary School. Wendy, right there. Give her a round of applause, please. 2016-17 Teacher of the Year, Brandon Morehouse from Deep River Elementary School. Brandon. And also 2016-17 Principal of the Year, Betsy Bridges from Stanley Middle School. As you can probably understand after listening to all those wonderful comments about all of our teachers, how difficult this job is or has been for the committee. But tonight we do have a very good selection, I believe. This educator has known since childhood that she would be a teacher. Those that know this Lee County educator would say the person is patient, loving, and exudes positivity. She believes that celebrating student accomplishments, large and small, are imperative in the development of children, and is part of the awesome job of shaping her young students to become educated, caring, and productive members of society. Her most favorite day of the year is watching her students show the excitement and delight while participating in the Special Olympics. Our next Lee County Schools Teacher of the Year believes she has the best job ever and works with the best staff at B.T. Bullock Elementary School. I am so proud to announce our next Lee County Schools Teacher of the Year for 2017-18 is Jordan Cheney.
Well, thank you so much. My mom texted me last night and said, "Do you need to prepare a speech?" And I said, "No." And so she was very confident. But like it was stated before, I truly believe that I have the best job, and I have had a difficult year, and I have just been so thankful for not only my school but this community and everyone in it, and it has shown me what wonderful
things that our students and community can do when we all work together. And I just could not be happier to represent this county and my children. And like I said, I just have the best job in the world. So it's very easy to be up here because like I said, I didn't prepare anything before. I just didn't think that would be needed. So, but thank you all so much. This was is truly an honor, and I am so grateful for to work in this county and to work at my wonderful school and with all of the people that I get to meet and interact with every day. So, thank you so much.
Wait right there. Wait right there. We have a couple of presentations to make. I'd like to ask Jim Rosensteel to come forward, please. I believe he has a presentation from Wells Fargo.
Thanks, everybody. I just want to say just one word. You're not here to listen to me, so I'm going to make this quick. But Wells Fargo is really, truly honored to be a small part of such really a special celebration. Just listening to the stories, like Dr. Bryan said, best of the best. We have a room full of all-stars, and everybody in this room is dedicated to the future of this country. And it's just totally humbling and awe-inspiring just to be a part of it. If we could all give them another round of applause, please. Okay, Jordan.
Oh gosh, so exciting.
Yep. On behalf of Wells Fargo, we are going to present you a small token of our appreciation.
Oh my
a
gosh.
check for
Not a small
$500.
token. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. So fancy.
Oh, on this side. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh gosh, thank you so much.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. Get patio furniture.
That's behind door number 2.
Yes, perfect.
Like to ask Will Wilkinson to please come forward. Wilkinson Chevrolet.
Oh my gosh, this is so fancy.
Wonder what he has.
I'd like to just say congratulations to all of you for what you do as a parent of 2 kids in the school system. The stories that you don't even hear about, like for instance, last night, my 9th grader was having trouble with a math problem. And he and Betsy were in the kitchen working on it, and I heard another voice out there working on it, and it was his math teacher, FaceTiming, working on the math problem. So thank you for what you all do. But to you, congratulations.
Thank you.
Keys to a 2017 Chevrolet Cruise parked
gosh.
outside, and we'll go outside after this and
Oh
get
my
it.
gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
That
you.
is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Fabulous. Oh gosh. It's a good night.
It is a good night.
It is.
It is a good night. This I think exemplifies what's so good about education, about our school district and our educators that are here. And it's a wonderful evening. Thanks again so much to the Chamber and Sanford Area Growth Alliance and Wells Fargo and Wilkinson and all of our community partners who come together to make this such a special night. And all the people that make this happen with our selection committee and all of our teachers, you all are wonderful, wonderful. And as Will said, I don't think you ever realize how much of an impact you have to make a difference in the life of a child. Thank you all for being here tonight. We would love for all of our teachers of the year to come up here and have a picture with Jordan, and then we will go out to the car and look at that. So thanks again for a wonderful evening. Thank you.